Well, hello everybody. I hope y'all are doing well. I'm much better these days. It's been 3 weeks since I got sick, and I wasn't a very um, able-bodied person. I'm trying to fix a light real quick. Let me see if I can get this a little better. Um, I've had a cold or the flu or whatever they're calling it this time, even though I took the flu shot, which I don't think I'm going to do again. They say, oh, but everybody ought to have a flu shot. Well, I get sick every single time I have a flu shot. And I can't tell you how much I hate that. It takes me weeks and weeks and weeks to get better. I'm trying to get my lighting right. I've added a lamp because I want y'all to see the colors of my two newest notebooks. The one on the left, they're both Foxy Fix brand. If y'all are not familiar with Foxy Fix, please check out their website, Foxy Fix. I'll put it below. I think it's just foxyfix.com, but I can't be sure on that. I just clicked the button that I saved. But I've been wanting a red leather notebook for quite a while. I love red. Garnet, this is more a garnet color, is my birthstone, and so I've always had an affinity for dark red. When I saw this on the internet, like on Facebook and all that, Instagram, I fell in love, and it took me a while to actually purchase it. I did a lot of study to figure out what I wanted. They're leather. They have different leathers, and you really kind of need to know the name of them if you're a first-time buyer, because they're different. They're very different. I ended up on the Facebook sale sites where they sell used notebooks, and I bought a few of the lesser expensive ones so I could feel them. And now I have, of course, those too. But I did not get them all decked out with pockets and stuff. I got them to feel the leather. And I'm really thrilled to pieces with the Boss Babe leather. Those of you who know me in the past know that I love Chic Sparrow. Well, this is all going to be about Foxy Fix. I do believe that sparrows and foxes can live together in very peaceful harmony, though. They do in my craft room and in my house. So I love them both equally. There are things about Foxy that I love that Chic Sparrow doesn't have. Their leathers are different, and so for that reason alone, there's all kinds of reasons, that you can love both. This particular, both of these are the same size. These are the standard narrow number 6. And the number 6 is the same as the Chic Sparrow narrow, just so you know. And I hope I'm getting that number right. I will double check before I upload this video and make sure I'm correct on that. I made a little charm for each one of them. I've had fun doing that while I've been sick. But I've had fun working on the interior of these. This one is a Boss Babe Scarlet Couture. White stitching, white elastic. This also has white stitching and white elastic. Wider spine. This is the larger spine, not the compact. I'm going to go ahead and just open it and set it aside. This particular one is a sugar cherry pie. It's a totally different leather. It's more pliable, I think. It's a little bit thinner feeling. And it is scrumptious as well. It's the same fittings, the same size spine, that large spine. Some pretty little bling that I put together for it. White stitching, white elastic. And please pardon my voice and my coughing and whatever, because I am still trying to get over being sick. What I have done is made this one, the Boss Babe Scarlet, into my everyday carry, my calendar, all my different calendars and notebooks that I just like to carry around with me from one spot to the next in the house. all my Annie plans, things that I'm trying to learn how to decorate. For the first time I'm trying to do this for my calendars. I've been working on that. And while I've been sick, it's been a great time for me to do this. Let me do a quick flip through, and I'll show you a few of the things that I've been doing. I showed y'all in a previous video that I had been taking ephemera pieces or die cuts and laminating them. So after I do that, I also make sheets of paper that are laminated. And these sheets of paper come in real handy, the laminated ones, to put inside a cover of your book and use as a type of a dashboard, whatever. Decor, in my case. I love the decor. Another thing I've done, and this one actually, is laminated a small, tiny, pocket-sized piece of paper that I really happen to like a lot. And I will tuck those into a pocket, like this one. This one I decorate more than this one with this method. And what it is really good for is ripping washi tape. If you've used washi tape, I'm going to do it on a piece of paper real quick and just show you how easy this is. Because I saw somebody do this with a credit card. Well, I just take a laminated piece that I like that I'm going to use as decor and rip against the edge of that laminate. That way I don't have to carry scissors to cut my washi tape. Save that little piece for later. So I decorate with laminated pieces of paper that I just happen to really love. And I tuck those in all the different spots of my notebooks. And I'll do this one in a minute. This one is my calendar. And in a previous video I also showed y'all how I had made using Scrap Craftastic's tutorial on how to make a clear dashboard pocket reusable. I showed y'all how to make those and how I'm using them with laminated papers in mine. I'm stuffing all kinds of things in these and having so much fun. I can change them out in a jiffy. Just laminate me a new paper and change the whole look. You know, just like that. This one I happen to have embossed on a piece of vellum, for we walk by faith, not by sight. And just tuck that in front of a gorgeous piece of scrapbook paper that I happen to have laminated front and back. This I took off of Pinterest. It is that famous artist who I cannot remember his name. The story of the praying hands. If y'all have never read that story, please have a look at that. It is incredible. The two brothers, one of them ended up having to work his whole life and he had wanted to be the artist. The other brother ended up being the artist and painted his brother's hands, work-worn hands. And it was a masterpiece. I love that. I love the story. I printed it on vellum so that it's just my own vellum printout. And then I put it on top of a piece of really sweet scrapbook paper that I had made into a folder. Using the idea that Scrap Craftastic, I will put her link down below, has a number of templates that are like $1 a piece on her website. And I bought all the sizes for my notebooks and asked her if she would make a template for the I hope I'm not getting her in trouble. She hasn't yet done it, but she said it's on her list to do. I took her idea though to do this, so that's where I got the idea for it. So I just made a folder real quick out of some nice scrapbook paper. This is laminated pieces of cardstock, scrapbook paper, not even adhered with tape, but I think I just left the laminate on it and bent it behind an empty notebook, which I just keep in here because I will be using them. I have a purpose. we don't always have to have a purpose, but I actually did have a purpose for these. Here's the other half of that folder. I've got an online purchase tracker from Annie Plans Printables. I am really enjoying this little booklet. I stuffed that in there. Another little folder, which, oh dear, I messed up. I need to probably trim that then if it's going to do that. One of those I made myself, and obviously kind of messed up. But I had fun doing it. This was one of the first ones I made. It was pretty thin paper. I shouldn't have used this thin of a paper, by the way. Some of the scrapbook papers you buy are quite thin, and then some are more like cardstock. And there is a big difference in the two textures. So if you're going to make a folder, let me just say, don't use the cheap paper unless you're going to like double it or something. This one is really not feasible for use. It's just too thin, even though I did laminate it. But it's pretty, and it was my prototype, my first one that I made. So, of this size. The other side of the praying hands, I had messed up a piece of paper of this gold vellum, and so I cut off the half that was bad and adhered it to the other half that was the praying hands vellum. So I stuck that in there. I showed y'all on one of my other videos how do not, if you are going to emboss on vellum or any paper, don't also laminate it. It will remelt your embossing and smear it. So I put that piece back here. I've got some of the little plastic sleeves that you can buy off of Amazon. I'm sure I got those off of Amazon. I think I'm getting them in packs of 3. Another Annie Plans printable. I buy those in bulk, by the way, those plastic things, because I do have multiple notebooks. I'm loving trying to decorate, and it's just a trial and effort, or trial and error, thing right now. I have taken a number of Etsy shop sticker downloads, and I don't know if y'all are aware of this little tool called Slice. I will put the link below. It's a ceramic tip that, honestly, y'all, does not cut. I need that. I am the type of person that will accidentally, and I have sliced a bit of my finger off using a straight edge. If you're like me and you need something more capable, this against a straight edge works great. And so it whisper cuts through. I use that Avery label paper to print my stickers on. And then I just use the straight edge and do the cuts. And I've gotten halfway decent with it. And so I have these gorgeous images that I can, and, you know, y'all can buy them, download them onto your computer from Etsy, and then print them out. And so that's what I've done. I'm just kind of practicing right now on that. I'm not finding that I use these very often, though, although I'm doing it more as a diary. Like, this is what I did today. I happened to do this. I changed sheets on the bed. We did this, or I got sick, you know, most recently. So anyway, that's what I'm using those for. I have these are all Annie Plans, and I've got my months all made out through June. The other half of the zipper pocket, plastic pocket notebook full of all my goodies.